Hello there. We're going to look at multiplication with multiples of 10, 100, 1,000, etc. Give an example of what we mean by multiples of 10, 100, 1,000, etc. Look at this question here. 7 times 30. 30 is a multiple of 10. Multiples of 10 end in 0. Multiples of 100 in 2 zeros. Multiples of 1,000 in 3 zeros, and so on. Here's how we work out the answer. We multiply the non-zero figures together. 7 times 3 is 21. And then we count how many zeros we have in the question. In this case we only have 1. So therefore we add 1 0. So the answer is 210. Let's look at another example. 40 is a multiple of 10 times 20. Another multiple of 10. Well, we multiply the leading figures together. 4 times 2 is 8. And then we look to see how many zeros we have in the question. Here we have 2 zeros. So our answer requires 2 zeros. So 40 times 20 is 800. Let's look at one involving a multiple of 100. 3 times 500. When we multiply the leading figures, that's significant figures, as we'll see later on. 3 times 5 is 15. And we check the number of zeros in the question. We have 2. So our answer requires 2. So the answer is 15, and 2 zeros, 1500, or 1500. Now let's look when we combine some of them. 70 times 400. Here we have a multiple of 10, ends in a single zero, times a multiple of 100, which has 2 zeros. 7 times 4 gives us 28. Now let's have a look how many zeros we have in the whole question. 1 after the 7, and then 2 after the 4. So the question has 3 zeros in total, so our answer must have 3 zeros to give 28,000. Generally, after every, when the answer has a lot of figures, we put a comma every 3 figures from the right. So the correct way to write that is 28, pause, 1,000. Now, let's look at a multiple of 1,000. 6,000. It's a multiple of 1,000 because it has 3 zeros, times a multiple of 10, 40. When we multiply the lead figures together, 6 times 4 is 24. And then we inspect the question. We have a total of 1, 2, 3 zeros here, and 1 here. 4 zeros in total, so our answer must have 4 zeros. And there we are. It's 24 followed by 4 zeros. Now let's put our comma in. So it's every 3 from the right. Now a comma, in maths as in English, represents a pause in our pronunciation. So it's 240, pause, 1,000, 240,000. Now, the last example we're going to look at involves a multiple of 1,000, 9,000, times a multiple of 100. 9 times 4 is 36. Let's look at the number of zeros in this question. There's a lot, isn't there? There's 3 after the 9 and 2 after the 4. So we have a total of 5 zeros. So we put them in, squeezing them in here. That's 4. Add 1 more. Let's put our commas in. So it's every 3 from the right. So it's 1 here and here. And we pronounce it, the answer, as follows. 3,600,000. Did I foolishly say that was our last example? We're going to have a look at one more. 700 times 1,000. We multiply the lead figures together. Now this one's quite simple because one of the multiples, one of the figures we multiply together is a 1. So the other figure won't be changed in the answer. So 7 times 1 is 7. And then let's have a look how many zeros. 1, 2, and 3 zeros, total of 5 zeros. Put the commas in. Let's see what our answer is. It's 700, pause, 1,000. There we have it. That's how you multiply, beg your pardon, by multiples of 10, 100, 1,000, etc. In essence, all you do is multiply the lead figures, the significant figures together, and then count the number of zeros. Okay, thank you for listening.